I forget. Do you sew?
Yes.
Did you sew that?
No.
Turn the volume up, get a sit down. You're listening to Carl and Chuck.
I I don't have much history with Violet Chachki. Like I haven't watched that. It's one of the few seasons I haven't watched yet,
Yeah.
and um and I don't really engage with some of her other content. But when she's on, it's
Listen, like that is not like a good representation of her, I don't think, because there's a cattiness behind like, but it also comes in like
yeah, 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 yeah.
fun shade that she brings, and she has like a sort of like it's her own thing. Like she is supposedly this fashion diva, right?
Right.
But at the same time, she it doesn't seem like she takes herself too seriously.
Yeah, she doesn't take it seriously, but she'll read you for looking a mess.
Yeah, because her waist is 12 inches.
Her way, her look is so stupid. It's
Yeah,
so
it's
stupid.
severe. It really is.
Yeah, watching her and someone like Trixie, who barely got through any episodes on season 7, and has had her own fashion,
Mishaps and such.
yeah, and journey, we'll say,
Yeah.
and Violet, who's kind of known who she's been since day one. It's just fun.
Yeah.
It's just good
But
chemistry.
even in that, like, she still had a journey because drag
Oh
has
yeah.
always been what it's been.
Well,
Like,
yeah, and well, journey and money, right? It's like,
yeah.
she's had her own glow up, but she's great. She's so
Yeah,
funny.
for sure.
We just watched that clip last night. Basically our TikToks are basically puppy dogs
Yeah.
and best of clips from various drag race things. So that one's a regular in our household.
Yeah.
Hi Tim,
Hi.
how are you?
I'm just banana, I guess.
Banana. Oh, okay, okay. I think that I'm. I think that I'm an apple right now.
Okay,
You
okay.
know,
Shout out to
I'm.
the apples.
Yeah, I'm maybe not the funnest fruit, but I'm.
You
But
got a
I'm.
lot. You got a
But
lot going for you, though.
Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing all right.
You're
I'm
very
edible.
popular.
Yeah, yeah. Versatile.
Yeah.
Verse. I'm very verse right now.
Monet loves you.
Oh,
Yeah.
Monet.
Yeah.
Tim, a segue if I ever heard one.
I
So
mean, our queen.
our queen, Monet actually inspired, the topic today because you and I were chatting yesterday
Mhm.
about just how gorgeous Monet was looking in this episode she recently did with also Trixie.
I'm just okay. So her video podcast
Talk
thing, I don't exactly
show.
know what we call it.
Yeah.
Um, it's just so good. Like in and out of drag, she's so cool.
Yeah.
Like I love like everything she presents to us. Like I'm always like, "Ooh, that is so cute," or like it's it could be expensive, it could not be, but
Yeah.
like because it's on her, it just looks so right.
It
Like
yeah, she elevates things because what she's worn on things like Drag Race and when she does in her shows, she has such a huge range
yeah.
of fashion that she loves to do.
Mhm.
And I won't use some of the words that other people have used for some of her drag because I'm white, but she does a whole spectrum,
Yeah.
and from it's so good. It's
She
so
does
good.
things like bra and panty to like that white thing that she had on season All Stars 4, which is
Yeah,
like crazy.
yeah,
And like her wigs are always on point. And then when she's not wearing anything but her bald head, it's always shiny and beautiful.
yeah,
And like she can wear contacts or not. Like, like
yeah, yeah. Whether it's UGG boots and a puffer jacket or like a gown, she
yeah.
is
Or like a
just
full length trained gown.
yeah.
Like
She's really
she's that type of person. I don't know what she's gonna wear to her wedding.
Yes, yes, she could really go so many routes.
Yeah, like she could
Uh,
have just a plain Ross tuxedo,
yeah,
or, and
yeah,
make it look great,
yeah.
or she
Tailor it
could
up.
have something made by Domino. Like,
Yes, Domino.
yeah,
Yeah, no, so versatile. So, and she's just open to so many different things too. Like
Mhm.
she's a walking inspiration, and I love it. And so yeah, we were talking yesterday about the outfit she was wearing on Monet Talks. Go watch it; it's great.
yeah.
Um,
Money talks. Yes.
she was wearing this really simple like knitted sweater, cut at the sleeves, and some baggy jeans,
Yeah.
and I was like, I live. I
Yeah.
live. It's so simple, but it's so gorgeous.
And it could be from Zara or
Yep.
it could be from Roberto Cavalli. You'll never
Yeah.
know.
That sweater could be $50 or 1,000, and you wouldn't know.
And it's just her. Like anybody else puts that on and you're just like, wow, you're doing the homeless couture today. Like,
Yeah, so the sweater specifically, what kind of got my brain going is that one of my big inspos right now is Paul Mescal, an
mm,
Irish actor who does a lot of drama. He was recently in Gladiator and All of Us Strangers, my favorite sad gay boy movie from last year.
mm,
But he's also doing this kind of like um, I'm a soccer player, but I now have money and I don't know how to elevate. And so that sweater with his kind of like raggedy hair and earrings is like something he would rock.
yeah.
And I was like, I saw that and then I saw Monet rocking it and I was like, I live like I was just it was such a cute little thing. And so I'm also like trying to up my closet game. I'm trying to invest in things that I think I look good in, but also that I can wear more than once because that's
Yeah.
also something I'm kind of conscious about. And it just kind of got me going. Like we haven't really talked about like our fashion inspirations or like what we strive for, even though we have a lot of content to go off of. I was just kind of curious, like right now, when you're like kind of going through content and watching these people that we love, somebody like Monet, do you get inspired to wear certain things or try certain things they haven't done before, or what is that for you like on your style journey?
Well, like I am always like somewhere between Bob and Monet with
Mm,
like their dresses. Like I
yeah,
think that Bob, like the House of Bob, I don't, for a lack of a better word, frock that he put out,
yeah,
like is amazing, and I loved it. This a gender wear, like
yeah,
that is just so good. I love that. But most of the time, I'm literally just getting up and like seeing what will fit me today.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
but I do like with that, I do have like some pieces that are inspired by something I saw or something that was on Instagram. I like a lot of I like a lot of women's wear.
yeah. Oh,
Um,
sure.
because I do have curves and like those like women's wear kind of like fits me a little bit better
Yeah,
in like my body, not necessarily my sleeves because I am a tall person.
yeah,
So recently I've been getting into like wide leg pants like back in the 70s pants.
uh-huh.
I'm really enjoying those with, my shoes that are clunky just like all the other Instagram girlies have.
Yeah,
Um and like I don't know, like I will say when it comes to Monet, I am very inspired by like the person that they are. Like everything. I don't want to like bloop, I'm taking your personality, but like
yeah,
it is a personality to be taken if you're gonna do it. Like it's like she's signaturely herself, I feel.
yeah.
And I really like them. They're cool.
Yeah, I think I mean, that's that growing up in multiple spots as you're coming up, being in
Yeah.
New York, being around multiple types of fashion
Yeah.
influences. She is singular in that. I love it.
Yeah. And I like I love Bob's like wear too. Like I want to look like a witch some like most days. Like I love like oversized black. Like
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is that for quite some time I've been like wearing black a lot. Mostly.
I won't lie. Sometimes I sleep on Bob because I think of him so much as like a comedy queen first. He makes me
Yeah.
laugh, right? And I listen to the podcast, but I don't see him as
Yeah.
often as I see. Like Monet is like actively trying to get a talk show going.
Yeah.
It's amazing. We're here for it. She looks great, but I don't see Bob as often. And then I'll see like him doing a look like he's doing for his book, like his book promotions right now, and I'm like, oh yeah, Bob can turn a look.
Yeah,
Bob
like
is
he has this white shirt, like it's a t-shirt, but it's almost as so like frilly and long it could be its own dress, and he
ooh,
puts it underneath like different like coats and stuff, and it just looks so good. And I'm just
uh,
like, I would live for one of those, which I'm sure is somewhere, some like the thing about Bob is like he actually has a stylist now, so he's going through
yeah,
his own like little journey of finding his style.
yeah,
Um, but I've loved his style across pit stops.
yeah,
Like there's there, and I mean not everything, but like little bits and pieces that I like to because um his style is auntie like black auntie drag for sure.
yeah.
And I mean, I'm a black auntie, so of course
Hmm.
I'm gonna love it. Him and Shea Coulee. Shea Coulee's
Oh, Shay.
crazy. I live for her. Like that's what I would love to be. It's I know that I will never.
Mm,
Um, just gorge,
yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Sure.
Shay's never worn anything. I'm not like tens
Yeah,
across the board. She's just gorgeous.
yeah. I don't want to wear it for myself because I know it's just like I have different lumps than she does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's just not for me. But it looks gorgeous on her.
Yeah. Agreed.
Are there any white queens you love
Um, White queens that I love specifically
for fashion? I
for
mean,
fashion. Honestly, not a white queen, but Raj is probably my go-to, like in my brain when I think about my favorite fashion queens. But Raj is also so like her stuff is so contemporary, not contemporary, but it's so out there.
yeah,
Like I kind of want to wear some of the things Monet's wearing. I don't necessarily
yeah,
want to wear some of the things that Raja's wearing because I don't know that I
yeah,
can walk in half of them. But
yeah.
visually, just like
Yeah,
a singular
I
thing.
want to put it in the window of the mall.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It's an art piece,
yeah,
and yet she can walk down the runway with a glass of wine. She's just gorgeous. So
yeah.
she's the first person I go to from like a fashion standpoint. But there are people like yeah again Monet, Shea Coulee, but I don't think about a lot of the queens, particularly in the white queens, that really.
And I mean queens like across the board, like even outside of like drag.
Oh,
Like
sorry. Oh, I gotcha. Yeah, no. Again, I've already mentioned Paul Mescal. He's kind of in my brain constantly. I
I could
do.
see you wearing most of the stuff that Pedro Pascal wears for
Pedro, so
sure.
Pedro and Paul are in the same vicinity
Yeah,
of like fashion and what they're going for. Pedro's a bit older,
yeah,
so he's going a certain way. While Paul is in his like late 20s, so like, but they're in that same space. A lot of the Irish guys are just really doing it for me these days. I don't know
no,
why. Um,
no.
I've always really loved Jason Momoa. Like what he does, like kind of just the natural Trader Joe's granola
Puka shell,
outside. So what?
puka shell.
Puka shell. I'm. That's like I think growing into my beard over the last few years, I have just like really loved naturalist nature based kind of fashion. That's kind of where I'm like really loving like I don't ever wear this coat because it's a little too small for me right now, but I love the Sherpa coat. I
Yeah.
love
Well,
I
the thing
like
about it is with coats is like if it's not like uncontrollably windily cold, then like you can wear it. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
exactly.
yeah, it's like
My flannel game has really come up this year. Really loving some flannel. So it doesn't feel fashion, but it is a style.
yeah,
It is a an
it's a
image you put
choice for
out.
sure.
Yeah. So
It's bounty paper towel.
it's Bounty. It's Canadian Lumberjack.
It's Paul Bunyan.
It's Paul Bunyan dragging that axe across.
Yeah.
I
It's
just yeah.
Johnny Appleseed. Yeah,
Yeah, so like that's kind of where my personal fashion is going right now.
yeah,
But I also just I love embracing like gender bending and things of that nature, like appreciating that while not necessarily I've never really gone down that route. And I
yeah,
don't know if it's a hang up on biasy with me or if it's just maybe a general lack of interest. But I love engaging with the content and
yeah.
appreciating it, even if it's not necessarily something that I'm engaging with at the moment.
Exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. It's I turned 40 and all of a sudden I'm looking at my closet, I'm like, what about this? Or like, oh, green really does fit me. I need some more like green and natural tones like in my closet.
Yeah,
You know me so long, like it used to just be like red and black. That's
yeah.
all I had. Red being my favorite color. So enjoying the journey, investing in my closet. So I'm having a good time with that stuff. Are there any particular like outfits you've worn in the past that you think back, you're like, man, I fucking rocked that. I love me in that look.
I feel like maybe it's not clothes, but like when I had the blonde hair,
Oh,
everything looked great.
your blonde era was
Like I
pretty
had this
stellar.
burnt orange, like what are they called? They're not coveralls. They're called overalls. Whatever. I'm a millennial. Overalls is a word for us.
That's right.
But I had that, and I got it from Target in the plus size women's section. Actually, it might have been the maternity section. I don't know. But like, I loved them because I had boots at the time that like covered enough to where it didn't look like high waters. And it was just so fun. I have a picture of when I wore it with Ashawn, rest in peace. Like, I wore it for his birthday, and he was like,
Yeah.
"You look really cute," and I was like, "I do." Like, that was really cute.
You are correct.
Yes, it was a moment. Just like I find that like certain clothes go with certain like looks. Like the things I wore with my blonde hair, I probably can't really pull off with like other like my natural hair. I find that like my jean jacket, it pops a lot with the blonde
Yeah.
more. Not that I won't wear it, but like it does pop better with the blonde.
It levels up, yeah.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I remember one time I wore this green. This was like when um, you were playing not dodgeball, kickball.
Oh,
And it was
okay.
at the end of the season. We went to Patrick. Hey, Patrick. We
Hey,
went to
Patrick.
their house, and I wore this green like romper type of thing.
Yep. I
I
know
like
exactly what you're talking about.
I dolled it up, and I was like, I feel decent. So
Nice.
that was cute. Um, what about you? Do you have any that you particularly
Um,
love?
so, there was one time around 2016, 2017, I grew my hair out. I could actually like pull it back into a little man bun for a minute.
Yeah, I remember.
And I really loved having that hair with different fashion things because when it was done, it looked professional.
Yeah,
But when I let it loose and it got kind of curly and wild, it was my Jason Momoa moment. Like it was like, oh, I'm kind of like wild. I don't know, like that big
yeah,
curly hair. And so I kind of miss that. I wish I was patient enough, but like that's the longest my hair's ever been, and it was like it wasn't long. It was
yeah,
just long for me.
yeah.
So I like that because it was versatile. I could do it in many different kind of do ups. I do there was a moment where I had a butt in 2019. Um, and I had these pair of like black skinny jeans. I don't love them because they're skinny jeans. I love them because of the way they supported my rather flat ass. It was this moment where I dropped some weight, but the weight I did have on my butt had not dropped. And so I kind of missed that era. I could wear those black jeans with anything, and it was going to work out for me that day, you know? So, yeah. And then of course the bubble wrap dress from Lady Gaga, Halloween. Just iconic, you know?
Sure.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know how long it was on you, but like it definitely was on.
It was on at some point.
Yeah. And you tried for sure.
I did. I went out. I mean,
It was giving art pop.
It was.
And was that before art pop?
It was before art pop. It was before art pop. It was her paparazzi era. So before, before Bad Romance, but after Just Dance, right in that era. That's sweet spot.
Yeah. We weren't born this way yet.
Such a terrible look. Oh God,
it was interesting. I will say, even the Halloween costumes that I've had, maybe the worst one was like I was like a repairman or something, and even that, like, it was fine. I still had my titties out; they were great. Like, it wasn't bad. But I did look like the Michelin Man, and I was not expecting that. But a sexy one. It's fine.
a sexy one. That's right.
I remember like trying to be Storm for one Halloween.
Ooh.
And it was like the second movie Storm where she had the short hair.
Oh, the shorter version. Yeah.
I didn't like that for me.
That's fair.
But yeah, it was interesting. I was Sailor Jupiter. Sailor Jupiter's my favorite, like Halloween. Those titties were out and about and doing the damn thing. And those legs were amazing.
You got good legs. You got good games, baby.
Yeah. I've worn a lot of dresses over the years, and they were cute. I have one picture of a time that I think it was DC. This wasn't a dress, this was a sheet. And I didn't like, they were like, oh, we're having a toga party. And I was like, well, I don't know what to do with it. So I literally went to Joann's Fabrics and got like these white flowery things to stick in my hair because I had hair at that point.
Yeah.
And I literally just took my like full size sheet and just tied it up.
Oh, wow.
Bitch, when I tell you, when I walked in, they were like, I was like, I don't know why y'all gagging, so I give it to you every time.
That's right. I whipped this up in 10 minutes. I don't know what you're talking about.
And literally, I just stood by the air conditioning and let it blow.
Oh, smart cookie.
And danced all night. That was a good moment. Anytime I can put a sheet on,
I'd make it work. That's right.
I make it work. Maybe I'll put some of those on my. Maybe I'll put some of those pictures up.
I will say
Want to watch
getting
it?
I will say getting into these kind of leather nights that I'm DJing, putting on a harness, and a hat. These boys, I don't know if they're just easy or what it is, but it's nice to like. It's nice to have minimal, but it's minimalist, but it's also like
maximal.
It works for me. I was like, oh, this. I put a Santa hat on for the Christmas party with my leather harness.
Yeah.
A whole new world. It was just so different.
Listen, the girls, they love leather. It's something about just having, and you know what? It doesn't even have to really be leather. It can just be a harness.
Yeah, I mean, I barely check the box for leather night with my harness, but it works.
Exactly.
And
I'm surprised you're not at MAL this weekend.
Oh, well, I mean, everybody else went but me. Everybody's there. And they're having a blast.
Really racked up on some like points with people.
There's this point in getting into different, social groups and things like that where I feel like the difference between like appreciation and appropriation and like tourism is a little difficult because I don't feel like I'm part of that community. I'm friendly with, but I'm not trying to get that. I don't know. I'm just not.
You're not trying to like get a leather vest and just
a leather vest and a hat and I'm good. I'm here to play some music and have a good time.
Yeah.
And appreciate from the sidelines. So
Yeah.
which is also I'm comfortable on the sidelines. So
Shout out to the Lube It Up people. We love you.
lube, 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 lube. Tim, what's making you live this week?
What's making me live this week is the wireless charger that I bought and have not put together yet.
Oh,
So I'm very happy that I bought it and acted as if it was going to be the most important purchase. And it turns out that it's been here for 2 days and I haven't even used it.
is this one of those multiple ones where it like can charge your watch and your
it
headphones?
is. Yeah.
And-
It's like
yeah. I've got. Yep.
literally, I got it off Temu.
Yeah.
$5. I was like, ugh. That side of the world has it down. Like, I mean, maybe not in the way that they make it, but
Sure.
in the purchasing portion. Thank
Yeah.
you. Like, what about you? What you living for?
I'm living for a little game called Stardew Valley. Have you ever heard of this, Tim?
No.
Stardew Valley is a open-ended farming game where at the beginning of the game you are somebody whose grandfather has passed away and he has bequeathed you his farm in Stardew Valley. And so you make the decision to leave the corporate life and go back and fix up the farm. And you get to romance everybody in the town, whether regardless of gender, which is kind of fun. You get to build out your farm. You get to play a bunch of storylines. It's one of those games that's so low stakes,
Yeah.
but you get to do these tasks every day, and it helps that part of your brain that just wants to complete something.
Yeah.
I watered my plants. I picked my strawberries. I said hi to Jody. I went to bed. I petted my dog and I went to bed. So it's
So basically a Tamagotchi.
a Tamagotchi on a Switch.
Yeah.
So it's been feeling a little bit of like a lazy vibe that I've wanted. I've been like, I work hard and I play hard. And it's been nice to have like a game to just kind of like turn my brain off and so
I mean,
yeah,
I'm
so
looking at your Lifetime Movie Network life.
yes, to the fullest. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for this week. Tim, where can people find us?
You can find us anywhere you can find wisdom. You can find us in books. You can find us on the internet. You can find us in your grandparents. But mostly and importantly, you can find us at cupandchub.com.
That's right, cupandchub.com, where you can stream our episodes, buy our merchandise, look at our pretty faces. Yeah, 2025 is just rolling along. We have clean water again, by the way.
Yeah, I saw that things were looking up. For
You got snow in the south, which is
Yeah.
wild. And
I'm just saying, like,
we were waterless for a week.
for all y'all girls who love to say that global warming isn't a thing, it's literally pushing down weather currents.
Yeah.
And the South is now under attack of all the things that the North has been getting, and I didn't appreciate that. I thought I
No.
was going to get hot Atlanta, hot black men, and I just got mediocre men who can't communicate and snow.
And
So,
4 to 6 inches. And it's like, no, thank
Yeah.
you.
yeah. So shout out to that.
Right.
I could have just stayed where I was for all of that.
That's right. It could have just stayed. Well, on that note, everybody, have a good week.
You
We'll talk to you
too.
next time. Mwah.
Bye, Lydia Butthole Collins.
Butthole Collins!